Sudahkah kau padaku? Sungguh deras curah murkamu. Kau hempaskan jarimu di ujung banda, tercenganglah seluruh dunia. Tuhan, mungkin kau ku abaikan, tak ku dengarkan peringatan. Ku sakiti engkau sampai perut bumi. Maafkan kami, oh Robi. Engkau yang perkasa, jangan marah lagi. Biarkanlah kami songsong matahari. Engkau yang pengasih, ampunilah dosa. Memang semua ini kesalahan kami. Oh Tuhan, ampuni kami. Tuhan, tolonglah kami. Tuhan, ampuni kami. Tuhan, tolonglah kami.
Harum nafasmu yang kurasa, santun warna yang beri kesejukan, hilangkan rasa gelap. Bagai sinar, semua kata yang tak terungkap, segala rasa yang tak pernah bicara, tak pernah tukar.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi. Peace and blessing of Allah be upon you all. In the name of Allah, most gracious and most merciful. Before I proceed, let us all become witnesses to the noble intention of John Hunter Embrace Islam. Allow me to explain to John in particular and to the
Beautiful. It's eye-opening for me because I'm
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Peace and blessing of Allah be upon you all. In the name of Allah, most gracious and most merciful. Before I proceed, let us all become witnesses to the noble intention of John Hunter Payne to embrace Islam. Allow me to explain to John in particular and to the rest of the audience in general that there are two basic tenets of Islam, namely the Rukun Islam, or the fundamental principle of Islam, namely, one, the declaration of faith, the Shahada, which John will shortly do, inshallah. Shahada, translated literally, means witness. To bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. Number two, to do the 5 daily prayers. Number 3, zakat or alms giving. Number 4, fasting during the months of Ramadan. Number 5, pilgrimage to Mecca, just once in a lifetime, for those who can afford it physically, mentally, and financially. The other is what we call Rukun Iman, which is the cardinal article of faith. Namely, one, believe in Allah and the oneness of Allah, the angel of Allah, the books of Allah, the prophet of Allah, the day of judgment or the day of resurrection, and number 6 is good and bad all come from Allah. John, please repeat after me. I, John Hunter Payne, do solemnly declare that I will be embracing Islam on my own volition. Nobody is forcing me or pressuring me to do so. I do it because of my own conviction that Islam is the true religion for me. I will try my best to abide by the rules as laid down in the Holy Quran and the tradition of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing of Allah, that's correct, be upon him. May Allah, Lord Almighty, accept my deed. Now let us utter the Shahada. This is a little bit difficult maybe for you because it will be first in Arabic, but I will go slowly with you. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I also bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Congratulations. And now we will proceed with the akad nikah, and we will have, who are the witnesses now, the official witnesses. Siapa yang saksi-saksi? Yang resminya siapa saksinya? 2 orang. Hanya kami saya duduk di, boleh berdiri juga di sana. Almighty, Master of the universe, because only through His grace, favor and mercy are we able to gather here today to witness the ceremony uniting 2 human beings, our sister and brother in faith, Tinani Kurniasari and John Hunter Payne, in a sacred bond of matrimony, in obedience and guidance of Allah and His beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing of Allah be upon him. John and Tinani have decided to live together as husband and wife with the blessing of Allah and His divine benevolence. On this joyous occasion, I would like to briefly touch upon the subject of marriage in Islam. Marriage in Islam is strongly recommended on religious, moral, social, psychological, and physiological grounds. In Islam, marriage is a contractual oath between a man and a woman, based on the teaching of the Holy Quran and the tradition of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing of Allah be upon him. The purpose of this contract is to fulfill individual needs for relatedness and personal commitment to a family unit. It also satisfies society's need for intimate companionship, including sexual, and regulates the manner in which these needs are to be met. There are numerous passages in the Holy Quran that relates to marriage. There are also the tradition of Prophet Muhammad. In one, the Prophet said, "Marriage is one of my undertaking. Whosoever doesn't undertake it is not my follower." In another, he said, once a person marries, he or she has fulfilled half of his or her religion. So let him or her fear Allah regarding the remaining half. The Prophet also said, "O people, men and women, whosoever can bear the burden of marriage, let him or her get married." Marriage is indeed contentment to the eye and protection to the modest heart. Inherent in marriage is the commitment based on mercy, kindness, and love. It is a divinely ordered institution requiring commitment from both men and women to the rights and responsibilities of the marriage contract. Islam establishes the mutuality of the rights, which are clearly stated in the Holy Quran and the tradition of the Prophet. Even though the requirement of this contract is governed by Islamic law, but the contract itself is not a commercial or business agreement, for such an agreement may not comfort the human heart. Can you assure us that no one is pressuring you to do so? No one is pressuring you.
No one is pressuring.
Thank you. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء زوجتك وأنكحتك مخطوبتك Tinani Kurniasari ala kitabillahi wa sunnati rasulih Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa ala sadaqi al-musamma bainana. Dear John, I give you the hand of your fiancée, Tinani Kurniasari, in marriage in accordance with the teachings of the Holy Quran and the tradition of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing of Allah be upon him, and with the dowry agreed upon between us. Now your answer, you have to follow after me, word for word. Gabiltu nikahaha linafsi ala kitabillahi wa sunnati rasulih Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa ala sadaqi al-musamma bainana. I accept this marriage in accordance with the Holy Quran and the tradition of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing of Allah be upon him, and with the dowry agreed upon between us. John and Tinani, in the eyes of Islam, you are now husband and wife. Allah, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. The couple will now
Do solemnly,
sincerely
sincerely,
and honestly
and honestly
pledge
pledge
to be
to be
a faithful
a faithful
and helpful
and helpful
husband
husband
to
to
Tinani Kurniasari,
Tinani Kurniasari,
that I will love
that I will love
and cherish her
and cherish her
as my wedded wife,
as my wedded wife,
and
and
to be kind
to be kind
to her,
to her,
to protect her,
to protect her,
to be sensitive
to be sensitive
to her needs and desire,
to her needs and desire,
and to refrain
and to refrain
from doing
from doing
or saying
or seeing
anything
anything
that might cause her